Hello everyone, welcome to the long anticipated video where I'm finally going to be showing how I made my Tyler the Creator Analog 2 instrumental. That video has almost 4,000 views, which is crazy. So if you're one of those people who has seen that video, thank you for watching. Now this is going to be kind of in-depth, so I'm going to start off with just showing the patterns. Just in case that's all you care about, and then after that I'm gonna go in depth in each pattern, what instrument I used, how I mixed it in the mixer, like all this stuff. So without further ado, let's get started. This is the bass. I'm gonna rename everything as I go. So here's the bass. Pretty simple. It's the bass. Snare. Snare is quite simple, but there's two snares at once. So this is the first one, and the second one. Pretty sure in the song it alternates, but yeah. This isn't the exact snare pattern throughout the entire song, I don't think. But here's the two snare patterns. Next we go into the open hi-hat, which is just 4 or 5 bars without anything in them, and then here. And you kind of cut it short, and then let this one ring out. So this one's short, this one rings out. The kick, here's the kick. Yep. Next we have, I called it R&B, but this is the dan dan. You'll hear it. The strings, I guess. Well, these are the actual strings, but these are, yeah. Here's the string chords. But let me make sure. Yeah. So, okay. Quite simple. The horns, you'll recognize this. There's two patterns here, but I'm only using one. The other one is turned all the way down. So, ignore that one. This is the one I'm going to be using. Or I am using. And if you zoom in, it's almost two, whatever these are called, but not quite. So it's that. Here's the other, or the horn. So it's that. This is the second horn, like other, yeah. Sounds a little long, I'm not gonna lie. Whoa, what the fuck happened there? Whatever. I'll go back to how it was. Keep it there. So it's that part. And then, oh yeah, here's the bell, I guess it's called. So yeah, that's the bell pattern. We got another horn, the longer horn. had to make sure my mic's still working. And it stops. Oops. And it stops kind of before you play the full thing out. Here's the hi-hats. It's just that. Yeah. I think this is piano chords. If you're wondering why it sounds kind of distorted, yeah, I'll show all the plugins or everything I used for mixing afterwards. Because without it, it sounds like this. But with everything, you get that distorted sound. This is just sub bass. Here's the pop that plays like between the songs and it plays in the background. It's not perfect. I literally just added it because I realized I was missing it. That's that. Yeah. So that's all the patterns for the song. I'll play the song out in case you haven't heard it or you want to hear it again. I'll mute my mic so you can just hear it. Yeah, so that's the beat, the song, whatever you want to call it, the instrumental. Now it's time to go in depth about everything I've used. So, for the bass, I'm only using Morphine. The plugin is Bass Acoustic 1 FG. Make sure my mic's unmuted. Yeah, Bass Acoustic 1 FG, which in Morphine it's literally the first bass. Everything is tuned down 60 cents, which is like almost a full step, a half step. How do I explain this? Sounds like this before. It sounds like that after. I'll show the master first. So the master has the low mids kind of turned down and the high mids a little boosted. I have zero explanation for why I do any of the stuff you're about to see, but that's what I've done for the master. I've done that. I've boosted the treble, the high. Soft clipper. Again, I don't know what any of this stuff does, but I know how it sounds. So the soft clipper, threshold's down 4.4 decibels. Post gain is at 80%. I have M saturator, which is what gives it that that sound. What I mean by that is if I go to, where is it? Here. I'll just play this. Oops. Play this and then turn it off. So it kind of just makes it sound distorted, I guess. I like the sound. But yeah, M saturator. This is something you're supposed to pay for. I'm going to pretend like I did. If you do have this plugin, these are the settings. I'm on clip 1, analog, whatever that means. That's kind of funny, analog too. That's at 102%, and then the threshold is down to negative 23.7 decibels. Dry wet's at 40%. That might be whatever. And then Compander, which controls the integrated Compander dynamics. I don't fucking know. But I've got it on, and these are the settings I have for it. So I've got that. I've got, no, that's off. And then another saturation, which if I play it with this off, I don't know. I won't lie. I don't hear a difference. I don't know why I have this on it, but I do. And then for the bass, without plugins or anything, yeah. So I showed the master, so I'll keep all that on. So I've got an EQ getting rid of all of the highs. Actually, how do I do this? Turn them off. Okay. So I've got an EQ getting rid of the highs, and once that's turned on, it sounds like that. So here's the setting. Oops. Here's the settings for that. Then I've got a multi-band compressor with these settings. Don't know what they do, but I'll turn it on. Kind of just boosts the bass a little bit. And I've got a soft clipper as well. With this. Again, I don't know what it does, but it sounds good. So that's everything on the bass. Whoops, sorry. Make sure my mic's actually still recording. I'm using a blue snowball right now, and the cable sometimes unplugs. So that's the bass. The snare. I'll show you there's two snares. Yeah, you heard it. There's two snares. The first one is from, is this MF Doom? The Lunch 77 MF Doom drum kit. Let me turn everything off. So disabled, sounds like this. And the second one is, I'm pretty sure, stock FL Studio. Yeah, stock FL Studio. You just open up packs, go into Legacy, Drums, then Vintage, and here it is, VTSD. So, without anything, sounds like this. I'll keep it playing. No, I won't. Yeah, I will. So I've got some reverb on it. And it kind of boosts it a little bit. I've got the dry at 100, the wet and the early reflection. What does that do? I don't know. Oops. These are both down to 50%. The high cut is at 4 kilohertz, low cut's at 70. Oops, it's at 75. No clue what it does. The size is at 50. The fusion's at 100. Mod speed 33. Mod is off. Bass at 100. The decay's at 1.5 seconds. The high damping's at 4 kilohertz. And the crossover is 500 hertz. So this is just that. And then I threw on a multi-band compressor just to make it louder. Yeah. Not too sure how to explain what this does other than makes it louder. But here's the settings I have. I'll hold that. So it's the snare. If you want the Lunch 77, any Lunch 77 kits, the Lunch 77 kits should be available on Reddit. If it's hard to find any of the samples or anything, whatever they're called, like hi-hats, 808s, claps, all those, I might just make a Dropbox or something. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna make an FLP of this song and just put it in the comments so you can get access to all of the snares and the hi-hats just in case you don't have them. So that's the snare. Next up is the open hat, number 15. So I'll turn all these off. So on its own it sounds like what I'm using is from a Tyler the Creator drum kit from theproducersplug.com. In perks, it's the Open Hat 2 from Steamroller by Domo Genesis. And in order to achieve this part where it stops, what you need to do is go into the instrument settings, the envelope, and only have hold on. So for however long you have this note playing, that's how long it plays for. If I didn't have that, it just keeps playing, which doesn't happen in the song, I don't think. And with the envelope on, it's short. So that's the hi-hat I'm using. In terms of what I've used to mix it, I used a stereo enhancer, panned to the right, with stereo separation 100% merged. Volume I put to 80. With that on, that's it on its own. And here, you gotta be wearing headphones to hear the difference, but it adds quite a lot. And then I also have an EQ on, just to only get the highs from it. So it kind of sounds like static. With it off, you can hear the mid-range. With it on, bit of a difference. I have the flanger on, or I didn't. I don't like it. I don't know why it's here. Delete it. So it's the hi-hat. Oh shit, wait. Hold up. Bass was 4. Nothing to do with separation. Snare was 1. Nothing to do with that. Open hat. Okay. So again, I have it panned to the right in the mixer, the open hat. If I didn't, I don't know. It makes no difference. I don't know why it's there, but it is. Next up is the kick. Number 2. So it's the kick with no effects. Yeah, let me show what I'm using first, actually. Again, from the Lunch 77 MF Doom drum kit. That's what it sounds like on its own, but I've dropped it down from C5 all the way down to F# 4, just so it's lower. So that's that. I EQ'd it to get more highs. kind of dropped the lows a little bit. Then added some reverb. Changes it ever so slightly. But yeah, here's what I got. Full low cut. This is what it would sound like. I don't know. Maybe that works. I don't know. But this is what I have. Full low cut all the way up to 3000 hertz. High cut is all the way down. The size is 50. Diffusion 100. Speed 33. Mod 0. I think that's normal. Bass 100. Decay time 1.5 seconds. High dampening 4 kilohertz. And then crossover 500 hertz. But I'll dry level 100. And then both of these have 50%. So that's a reverb. And then another EQ where I kind of cut some of the highs and lows. You can hear that difference. Makes it kind of sound worse in a way, but good. Yeah. And then another EQ just to cut everything else off and then boost the actual sub, like the lows of the kick. So without and then with. Big difference. And then nothing in terms of all that. Then for R&B, which is this part, I use Citrus. So I used, this is a free FL Studio plugin. If you have FL Studio Pro or whatever, this comes with it. And if you open up the presets and go to Orchestral, it's just Orchestral 1. Let me see if I did anything. No, so it's just standard. And for this one, let me turn everything off without any of this. I kind of just made it louder, so I don't know what these EQs do. It's 94% merged, so kind of hides it in the background. It's the only way I can explain it. I don't know what merging is, but that's it. For this, I got rid of a lot of the bass and some of the highs, so on its own, with it. Zero difference. Then I added some fruity chorus with, without. Still no difference. The mix level's at 32%. Oh, sorry. I'm not gonna explain all of these. You can see them. Just pause the video and copy if you want. Then a flanger, I think it's flanger. Without, with. Still no difference, but this is what I have on it. And then a multiband compressor, so without, with. Without, with. Pretty much just makes it louder. These are the settings. Oops. These are the settings. You can pause. Yeah, that's the strings. I think that's just it. Yeah. Now for the other strings, which are the chord strings. Let me turn all the effects off. So on its own, and what I'm using is the exact same thing, Citrus, and then go back to Orchestral 2, same thing. Yeah. For the effects, zero merging, zero panning, nothing like that. There's an EQ which does this. Kind of hides it in the background, again, somehow. Cuts off the highs and makes it sound a lot lower. So, yeah, I'll pause here so you can get an idea of the graph or whatever behind it. That's what that's doing. Multiband compressor, I'm assuming it's going to make it louder. Oh no, I'm adding the highs back in, but just through the compressor. Okay. Alright. So that's the Fruity Multiband compressor. Then I got a sound goodizer on mode A. Without, with, so you can hear the highs come out a lot. And if I turn off the EQ that got rid of them, yeah. So sound goodizer, and then again the M saturator. It is free. Oh shit, it's free from Melda Production Audio Technologies. So you can get this, and that just kind of adds more distortion to it. So without, with, just makes it more crunchy. So this is a free plugin. I highly recommend it. These are the settings I'm using. So yeah, that's it for the string chords. Then we go into the horns. I can turn that off. Number 7. Let me turn everything off. So for the horns, this part, I'm using Triton Extreme, which is not free. You know, if some individual was motivated enough, they could probably get it for free. But I'm using this soft synth brass, which is in the cat. You can't see this. You can't. I don't know how to change the scale of it, but you click here. Oh no. You come here to fast synth, and then soft synth brass, right here. So yeah, it's from Triton Extreme. And for the mixing, whatever you want to call this, here's what it sounds like on its own. Boosting the highs, cutting the lows. Just makes it a little louder. For this one, I'm getting rid of a lot of the lows, some of the highs, a little bit of the mid. It just kind of tames it. It's the only way I can explain it. Then compressor, which I'm assuming is about to make it a hell of a lot louder. Yep. Here's the settings for that. Then another EQ to get rid of some of the highs, more lows, just in case. So without, with, again, just kind of tames it. Then another compressor. And then another EQ just to get rid of all the highs. Yeah, so that's that. This is, yeah, this part. What I'm using for this is Mini Synth, which I'm pretty sure is, it comes with FL Studio. It's called Mini Synth. I'll go through each one of these. So, I got this. Oscillator envelope. So here, the filter. It's, oops. I don't know how to, yeah, I can't check. You just gotta kind of eyeball it. The filter envelope. LFO. And then effects. Delay, chorus, and distortion. So without these, so yeah, that's that. Oops. And then for the mixer, I've got it 69% separated. Oh, I have all these on. Okay, without. Okay, sorry. I'm very sorry. Okay, this part might be loud, so turn this shit down. I've got a flanger on. Without. I'm sorry. With. Okay. Then here I'm cutting out the highs. Then another EQ, cutting out more highs. And then the compressor, which actually the compressor makes it, yeah, okay. That's what I've got for that. It's kind of crazy how listening to certain parts of it on its own is kind of bad. Then you combine it, and it's very good. Here we go. For this part, I got 9. Okay, I'm gonna remember to turn these off first. So here it is. And I'm using 2 separate VSTs here. That one doesn't work. Okay, I'm using one Triton Extreme again. For this one, it's synth brass. Yet again, I'm pretty sure that was the last one. Again, you just click here, you go to fast synth, and then synth brass. For this one, I'll play it on its own. I've got some reverb. I don't think it makes a difference. I don't know, but here's the settings, and the percentage is at 71. And I've got an EQ cutting off some of the highs and all the lows, so a little bit of a difference. And then a compressor yet again. Just making it louder. Then we got the bells. So there should be 2 playing for this one. Yeah, there's 2 playing. So for let me turn off. Shit, I keep forgetting. All right, 0 effects. Both of them playing at once. Yeah. So again, Triton Extreme. This one is the EXP vibraphone, which is in the bell/mallet section, which is here. EXP, it's the 4th one. So yeah, that's that one. Then I got Dream Bell on Citrus, which you just press presets, you come to Bell, and then Dream Bell. I'm pretty sure this is the one that Tyler, the Creator, used on the song Nightmare. Like, how do you play it? Oh, fuck. I don't know how to play it. That one. Like the bell in the background of Nightmare. This is what he used. Okay. So for the Dream Bell, I'll play just the Dream Bell. Just the Dream Bell. So here it is. You can hear it's kind of peaking on the highs. It's merged, so it's in the background more. I think I had a something I can, yes, I need to. Then EQ boosts the whole volume. Sorry, that's loud. So it cuts off the highs, super highs, the lows. Then we got another one which cuts off more lows and more highs and brings the volume back down. I don't know why I did it, but I did it. So without, with. Then the compressor makes it louder. Then the EQ again to cut off highs and a lot of the lows. Then another compressor, which brings it down, actually. And then the EQ, I'm just gonna do that. Okay, the EQs, yes. Got rid of a lot of the highs because those are prominent. Then on the Triton Extreme bells, what I've got going here, it's a lot more tame, but I've got an EQ just boosting the volume, so then another one cutting off a lot. You can still see this is where it kind of gets loud, but it's cutting off a lot of the highs and the lows. Another EQ, which cuts down exactly where that it's kind of ringing out. Well, not exactly, but right around that area. And then another compressor just to bring the volume back. And this one is again merged at 67%. So both of them combined. This one rings out, this one has the sound. So it's the bells. The horn is trumpet. Oh, whoops. Oh shit. 7. Wait, I got multiple things on the same mixer track. Okay. Whatever. It's not playing. I think yeah, that's why. yeah, the exact same thing I did for the Dream Bell applies to this horn. And for the trumpet, I'm using Citrus, and then trumpet, which is, trumpet is right it's right. Shit. I don't know where it is. Trumpet. 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 Am I blind or is it just not here? Trumpet. Trumpet. What the hell? Trumpet. Trumpet. Wait, what? Oh! Here, under wind. Trumpet. Okay. Yeah, I'm blind. So, the exact same preset for the bell. So it's that. And we got hi-hat. Why is that? Why do I keep doing this? No effects. So I'll show the exact hi-hat I'm using in a minute. Here I'm just cutting off the lows, so it's all just highs. Makes no difference without. But just in case. And then some reverb. So low cuts at 195, high cuts at 0.5, all the way down, I think. Yeah. Everything seems to be standard. So you just throw reverb on, and I've got the mix level at 66 for the hi-hats. And this one, this is the piano Rhodes 5. Yeah. Okay, so let me turn them all off. I'll play them individually. The first one is again Citrus. It's Chorus EP in here somewhere. Chorus EP should be Chorus EP. I just want to make sure everything I show is like right here. You don't have to go into these or anything. Chorus EP is far. I'm fairly certain it's. Oh yeah, here we go. In piano, Chorus EP 2. So this on its own, and everything I show has these mixer settings on. Okay, that's why that's off. So that's that. And then the second one is again Triton Extreme. It is the Suit Period and Stage EP1 in the keyboard category. Right here. Suit and Stage EP1. Now them together with no effects. This one carries out, this one's got the strength. So it just kinda adds kinda background-ish. Now what I've got is EQ2. Just boosting kind of the low mids and the high mids. Now I got some chorus on them, just because I think it sounds nice. Then some pan-o-matic, so pans from side to side, slowly. See, it sounds more to the right, a little bit. Right in the middle, and then the left. Yep. Whoops. So I got that, and then compressor. Oh. I guess that's boosting highs and taking everything off. Wait, all that's doing is something with the lows. Okay. So yeah, mid band is bypassed, high band is bypassed, low band is where I'm actually doing stuff. Or maybe I'm not, maybe I just bypassed them, I don't know. But that's that part. Then we got the sub bass, which is just 3x OSC. Oh, I gotta stop doing this. Just super low sounding bass. And what you do is these, well, this one's turned up a little bit. Okay, I'll keep this all the way down actually. So you're just focusing on this first part, which is a square wave, and its coarse pitch is down 24 semitones. Without it, it sounds like, and then you turn it down. Of course, everything's pitched down 60 cents. It's on number 14. So what I've done is only boosted the bass without all this. Oh, I'm sorry. Holy shit. Okay. I'm gonna do that again. I'm warning you. I've just boosted the sub. Then I'm assuming I get rid of the high sound. Yep. Not quite. You can still hear that, like. But again, I've tried to get rid of all the highs, and then the third one is when it actually does it. I just got rid of all the highs. So it's the sub bass. And then the last one, the pop. The pop, I used CR78 pop, which is from the Tyler the Creator drum kit from the producersplug.com. It's just this. And it's probably not the right sound, it's just what I used. And what I did, no EQ with EQ. Kind of just boosted it, and just due to the fact that I raised these up, it makes this. I think that's all. Yeah. I have a lot of stuff in here, but there's quite a few things I didn't end up using. That, I got another hi-hat. That's not it. So yeah, I will export this as an FLP, so you can get all the sounds just in case you don't have them. But in terms of VSTs, what you're gonna need is Tritonic Stream. I think that's it. That's the only thing I used outside of FL Studio's built-in plugins, VSTs. So yeah, find Tritonic Stream and you should be good. If you can't, there is quite a few things you can use to replicate it. Like for example, this sound. I could probably open up Citrus, and when I press this, you just come to Citrus and maybe, or not Citrus, no. How do I replace? Sawyer, and come to, maybe not Sawyer, Harmless. Let's tune down, right? Something like that. That sounding. Sorry. Let's see. Oh shit. Let me see if I can edit this. No, I don't know what I'm doing on this thing. Just find a plugin that has brass, and you should be alright. You should be able to replicate it. That is harmless. Yeah, the video's done now. I'm just kind of messing around right now, seeing if I can find something that sounds similar. But that's about it. It took me a little bit. It's still not perfect. Obviously, yeah, no, that's it, guys. In the description, there will be a link to not a Dropbox, a Google Drive or something. It will be something that you will get the FLP to. It will have everything here. I'm not gonna lie, there's quite a few things that aren't actually in the song, like the hi-hats, for example, whatever this. I have 2 of those, I guess. Hold up. Oh yeah, I have 2 of those. Yeah, I'm too lazy to clean up the FLP, so you're just gonna get some random stuff, but you'll get the patterns. Like I said, as far as I know, yeah. As far as I know, the only external thing that you'll need to download is Triton Extreme, but if you can't afford that or can't find a link or something, I'm not providing any. I got my plugs. Just mess around with all the built-in synth classics, maybe Flex. It might take a while to find one. You won't find, maybe you will find exactly the same, but yeah, just make your own. If you guys take this FLP and kind of mix it up and make it better, please let me know. Oh yeah, and then in terms of plugins for this, you're gonna need M-Saturator. If you don't have any of these, it's gonna sound still good, but without, this is no plugins. Let's turn all the plugins off. Okay, wait. Alright, yeah. Gonna keep that on. But here's how it sounds, no plugins on the mixer. Sounds a lot cleaner, but I do like that gritty sound. So yeah, hope you guys can learn something from this. Maybe I showed you something you didn't know. Can't explain what it does, but yeah. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed.